The Balfour Declaration is only 67 words long, yet it launched what is broadly seen today as the world's most intractable conflict. The Israeli-Palestinian dispute remains an enduring crisis in the Middle East region 100 years after the declaration was signed on November 2, 1917. Former British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour issued the document to Lord Walter Rothschild, a British Zionist leader, to announce support for the creation of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Palestine was then part of the Ottoman Empire and home to a minority Jewish population of 9%. Al Jazeera spoke with Avi Shleim, a historian and professor emeritus of international relations at the University of Oxford, about the motivation behind the fateful document and its ongoing legacy. Al Jazeera: many factors led to the creation of the Balfour Declaration: Zionist, evangelical, colonial, even anti-Semitism from the British government. What do you think was the main motivation behind this declaration? Avi Shleim: the school of thought to which I subscribe is the imperialist school of thought. According to this school of thought, the Balfour Declaration was inspired by British imperial considerations and self-interest. In 1917, Britain was engaged in a very tough war, and it wasn't winning the war, so it desperately needed an ally, and in order to gain the support of the Zionists, it should issue a statement in support of a Jewish national home in Palestine. Al Jazeera: in the declaration, they promised to protect civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, but there was no mention of political rights. How is it that they gave the Jewish people, a minority in Palestine who accounted for 9% of the population at the time, the right to national self-determination, while denying self-determination to the majority? There's an Arabic saying, something that begins crooked, remains crooked, and this is true of the British policy towards Palestine. In 1917, British policy began in a very crooked and dishonest way, and Britain's policy today towards Palestine remains crooked and one-sided. The second part of the Balfour Declaration was that a national home will only take place if it didn't compromise the religious and civil rights of the Arabs. And Britain completely failed to honor the second part of the declaration, so its record on Palestine is completely and utterly shameful.